So can I change the
Let's
subject?
talk about forbearance. I
Yeah.
want to get to that topic. So that's been a big topic.
It's a hard topic. Okay, it's funny. I've gone to the chiropractor. I went to the eye doctor, and every time I end up, just in the last few weeks, and every time I end up talking about real estate, right? Oh,
yeah.
Tell me about this, and
Everyone
tell me about
has this thing
once
about
they hear my name,
forbearance and think it's going to be this big deal. So if somebody's coming out of forbearance, Tego.
Well, I want to just talk about some stats real quick, if I may.
Good idea.
If I may.
Stats.
If I may.
Love those stats.
Well, yeah. Picking up on your sarcasm.
No, I love it that you know stats.
Well, one of the things that's been going on is, back at the beginning of the pandemic, there were over 5 million people that took a forbearance plan, and so what that means is they went to their lender and said, "Hey, can't make my payment because of COVID, and I need to just put a pause on my mortgage payment." So there was over 5 million. Well, now we're down to about 2.7 million. Again, we're talking nationwide, obviously, and that's good. The thing that is interesting is, of those people that have come off of that program, over 3 million, 52% of them just basically
They're paid up.
They're paid up, right? They either just started making payments, or they refinanced, or they sold their home. So
they continued to make payments while they filed for forbearance because they weren't sure if they were going to be able to keep paying their payment, but they were able to.
A lot of those people were probably people that took the forbearance plan thinking, we'll just do it just in case. It's kind of, there was a lot of mystery back in March and April of last year, and so people just did it. So, and the rest of those, or not the rest, but a third of those, they basically just said, well, we're going to work something out. So they're actually working out something with the bank.
A repayment plan.
A repayment plan, yep.
And that could be that whatever they didn't pay, if they actually did skip some payments, that they tacked it on to the end of their loan, or they've done some sort of repayment plan that they can afford temporarily, or
Right. And
so that's upon exiting the forbearance plan. Another 33% have a repayment plan. 52% of them are paid in full. What about the other 15%?
Well, the other 15% are in trouble, right? They're in some sort of loss mitigation plan. So either they're basically not making their payments. So they could either just sell their home if they got the equity, or if they don't have the equity, then the very last thing would be it would go into foreclosure.
Well, they could go to short sale first and sell their home.
Absolutely.
Right? So we negotiate with lenders on behalf of sellers that ask them if they can't afford to sell their home because it's not worth enough to pay off the underlying mortgage. We work with the sellers to negotiate to have the lender take short what they're owed, so that we can get the home sold versus going into foreclosure.
I've kind of erased short sales from my mind, because back in 2009, 10, we did a fair amount of them, and they were really difficult back then because there were so many of those properties. The banks weren't geared up for it. Now it's actually it's a much easier process. So that's one of those options for people that do find themselves, in that group of people. I want to just, one more comment I want to make, and I think it's important. The narrative out there has been that if you're in all those people, the 2.7 million people that are still in forbearance, those are automatically going to be foreclosures and get dumped on the market, and we're going to have this mass flow of homes coming on the market. And that is just not what's going to happen. Come March, April, we'll know, because a lot of those plans will expire. And again, so people could, they could just, if they're financially able, they'll just start making their payments and just move on. They'll work it out with the bank. Another group of people.
Can I just add in there that, New Mexico is behind the curve on people getting back to work, because our restaurants just opened indoors at 25%, right? But a lot of the country have gotten back to work compared to New Mexico. So we kind of think about New Mexico and how many people are still out of work because of our climate here. Yep. But, much of the country is back to work. So that this 15% will change. But go ahead.
Well, and I just wanted to bring you into this conversation, but let me just follow up on that. So these people that are still going to be coming out, or if you're one of them coming out of this forbearance plan, you're not sure what to do. There's options. And so again, just assuming that just because somebody is in forbearance, it's going to end up in foreclosure and be a bank sale, that's just not true. There's going to be people that have equity and can just sell, or take the short sale option, or whatever it is. And so
I would say really have a private conversation with us to talk about the options, right?
That's exactly what I was getting to. So Tracy, if somebody is in a forbearance situation, they want to know what their options are outside of what the bank is offering them,
call us. Let's sit down. Let's have a private conversation. Look at your situation and see how we can best help you with whatever direction you need to go.